Hi, once again, Dost Ism, episode 11, continuing on from episode 10, speaking about Mindbox technologies. This is particular to a company called Macdonald, Dettwiler and Associates. Macdonald, Dettwiler and Associates is a multinational corporation that has its main headquarters. I believe it's either in Quebec or British Columbia. But it has branches in either one. But they are I consider them very pretty scary outfit. And let me share my screen here, and we'll talk about Macdonald Dettwiler and how all of a sudden you've got mortgage lending products in with Macdonald Dettwiler. So Macdonald Dettwiler Associates. Let me tell you who they are and what they do here. A second, let's back to that. Okay, skip down through the slides here and get down to who they are. Macdonald Dettwiler Information Systems Division, Surveillance and Intelligence. These are their products. I'm not sure what NPS 508 is, but they're electronic filing system, exploitation products, ferret acoustical small arms detection. They are a defense contractor, by the way. Geospatial intelligence products, global procedure designer, hazardous environments, ice view, instrument flight designer, land title systems. Maritime Command Operational Information Network. So now we're into Admiralty Maritime, Maritime Security, MDA Blue Hawk. These are defense drones, I believe. Oil Tracker, Operational Ground Systems, Radar Stat, Maritime ISR, RailCam, whatever that is, Reconfigurable Naval Tactics Trainers, Seaview Maritime Monitoring System, Ship Combat Systems Integration, as SIVAM, Airborne Radar Systems, Surface Movement Monitoring, Unmanned Aerial Vehicles, Commercial, Unmanned Aerial Vehicles Defense and Intelligence. Wireless synthetic aperture radar. We're not done yet. We got a couple more pages to go here. Actuators, alpha particle X-ray spectrometer, berthing cue systems, camera focus and zoom, crime scene modeler, commercial space, coring and drilling. So they're into drilling, into mining aspects, gimbals, hazardous detection systems, inspection booms, launch locks and restow mechanisms, mechanical ground support, on-orbit servicing, optical benches, planetary exploration rovers, robotic workstation, robotics dynamic analysis, robotics hardware design analysis, robotics integration and verification, robotics operations, robotics simulations, science instruments. And hold on, we're not done yet. We still got, I think, two more pages, one more page here. Their advanced technology, if that other stuff I didn't read prior is not advanced enough, they've got instant mind modeler, instant scene modeler, interferometer instruments, software design, development, integration testing, system engineering robotics operations, tie-down separation plane, underground global positioning systems, vision systems, antenna support structures, antennas, digital products, electronics, passively damped structures, payloads, power products, RF products, satellite terminals, specialized engineered services, test and manufacturing services. And that simply covers the information aspect of them. That doesn't cover the defense, the full defense contracts that they have. That has to do with building United States drones and the space operations, space satellite systems. And I know they are not involved at all, as far as I know, with Elon Musk. So their current operating subsidiaries are Cascade Data Services, Macdonald Dettwiler Associates Corporation, Macdonald Dettwiler Associates GmbH out of Germany, Macdonald Dettwiler Associates Inc., Macdonald Dettwiler Information Technology Services LLC, MDA Information Services, Luxembourg's SARL, and this MDA and MDA here, and MDA Information Systems, MDA Insurance Services, MDA Systems Inc., MDA Systems Ltd. These are all Mindbox that Macdonald Dettwiler bought when they purchased Mindbox. It was converted to MDA and MDA Lending Solutions. So let's go through, back up through the here to what the United States, let's say United States is MDA Lending Solutions, Marshall and Swift Ball and LLC. And these people are the people that did an appraisal for us, a land appraisal, which of course was divided into, well, I got MDA Mindbox, MDA DataQuick, TransUnion Settlement Solutions, which were all incorporated underneath MDA Lending Solutions, underneath Macdonald Dettwiler and Associates. Okay, and then now MDA, these are all the products that spins off of that within Macdonald Dettwiler. So you've got MDA DataQuick, which is credit approvals, title services, collateral valuations, flood zone compliance, closing and funding, document services, loan origination. Then you got TransUnion Settlement Solutions, which is a provider of real property information, property history and characteristics, sales and loan information, market valuation, neighborhood information. And then you got MDA Mindbox, which is advanced decisioning solutions provider, which is all these products that we went through underneath the previous episode 10, I believe. And then you have Marshall and Swift and Ball, which is property intelligence provider, which is risk selection and pricing solutions, property and business underwriting and risk assessment, policy management and retention services, claims settlement, and claims administration. So if you had any idea that you had obtained an ordinary course mortgage loan, I think that pretty much blows it out of the water. That what you've got here is a lot of information providers, a lot of information going back and forth through all different kinds of different scenarios and different kinds of products. It is not an ordinary course mortgage loan that's just simply packaged up and sold to an investor that then puts them into a trust and sells off all these mortgages in a trust. It's nothing like that whatsoever, not at all. So now you get the Canada aspect of MDA, which is MDA Access British Columbia Ltd. So this is pull this up a little bit. This is e-government services for legal business, government professionals. So you got court services online, land title and survey authority, electronic filing system. You got land title and survey information, land court property valuation, TELUS asset real estate, at source discharge of mortgage, tax online certificates, British Columbia Assessment Manufactured Home Registry, Personal Property Registry, Corporate Registry, Wills Registry, and the gas and electric permits. Now, why is this important? Because we've got because of our free trade agreement with Canada, and I will say that there's something comes to mind of an agreement out of Texas that I can't remember the name of the company. I'll have to find what that is and bring that up. That launders through alleged mortgage loans up through Canada. Why? Because Texas abides by or recognizes the laws of Canada for some reason, one reason or another. But then again, Texas, every state's different, right? And Texas is no exception. So we've got the Scotland subsidiary of Scotland, where Macdonald Dettwiler does business also. And there you have a company called Miller and Price Limited out of Glasgow, Scotland, which is information services company. This is property valuations and conveyance, land registry, title and deed registrations, genealogical search services, coal authority mining reporting, company formations and searches. And then out of Ireland, you've got Rochford Brady Group out of Dublin, Ireland, which is an ancillary legal and information services company for property valuations and conveyance, land registry, title and deed registrations, licensing certificates. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about a defense contractor. The main business of Macdonald Dettwiler is a defense contractor. So, but they're in land acquisition and insurances and land titling. So out of England and Wales, we've got the National Land Information Service, which is the NLIS, which is Electronic Land and Property Database, and E-Conveyance Servicing Company. And then we've got out of Charlbury, Oxfordshire, XIT2 Limited, which is online property data network mortgage valuations and origination, conveyances, EPC delivery, arrears and debt management, and repossessions management. And then we got a couple more to go here yet. We've got out of Germany, there's the Hypo Währungsbank AG or HVB, the Wirtschaftsregister GmbH Germany, which is electronic land and property database and e-conveyance services. And then we've got the Bank of Australia and Credit Tanstall, I think is how you pronounce that. And that company, I'm not going to try to pronounce it again, offers commercial and investment banking services to its customers in Austria and abroad. Additionally, the bank is engaged in mortgage financing, foreign exchange trading, and through its overseas branches, subsidiaries, and associated companies, provides services such as trade finance, cross-border mergers and acquisitions, the financing of corporate restructurings, portfolio management, commercial paper, and privatization. As a supplementary service, the company also engages in insurance and real estate. Now, Bank of Australia Creditstalt is UniCredit Bank Austria is engaged in the provision of a range of banking and financial services, including private and retail banking, commercial banking, telephone banking, electronic and online banking, merchant banking, investment banking, leasing, asset and portfolio management, lending to industry, real estate finance, export and trade financing, insurance, pensions, foreign exchange, trading, and credit card services. And then finally, we've got the Variance Bank International SA out of Luxembourg. And this is a commercial bank engaged in domestic and international lending, foreign exchange transactions, securities dealing, investment management, and interbank money market operations. The company operates through the following business sectors: private customer, corporate customer, interest rate markets, treasury department, and foreign exchange markets. So as you can see, Macdonald Dettwiler is quite a diversified company that are involved in a lot of things. Now, how does it apply to us? It applies to us, one, because we're talking about Admiralty Maritime. Two, we're talking about information and trading of information and the value of information and having to do with portfolio management and all these things. And as you're going to see here, when it was told to us that these mortgage loans were sold and resold and resold and repackaged and whatnot, they went to mortgage loans that were being repackaged. It was the risk associated with those mortgage loans, which weren't mortgage loans, which are lease agreements. Okay, and so what we're talking about here is we are talking about a governmental commerce and trade. I'm sorry, back up again. I can't talk today. It's getting late and getting tired. What we're talking about here is a commerce and trade finance business model that was incorporated, as I mentioned, was completely engineered and designed after, well, beginning before in the 1990s, but really took off with the State Street versus Signature Financial Group in 1998. So this is the globalization of what we're talking about here. And so everything, it is globalization. It is, there's treaties involved, and we'll see as I go further along through this, that all these, there's treaties with Treasury and with Austria, as Treasury and treaty with Luxembourg, and so on and so forth. So really what's happening here is we are being basically exploited. We're basically being sold overseas and exploited by foreign agents. Who are then, who of course then they can own they're allowed to, foreign agents can own property, but United States citizens cannot. And that is because the separation of that all capitalized name from our upper lowercase name. And I think the plane's going over, so I apologize for that. So we're going to get further into a lot of details on Macdonald Dettwiler. We're going to get into the agreements with Macdonald Dettwiler and the agreements with Mindbox and how Mindbox was bought by Macdonald Dettwiler, and how Bank of America is involved with this, and a couple of very interesting agreements that are basically mostly redacted. And I've always meant to put a what is it? My mind's gone blank. An information request in for the unredacted version, but I never have done that. There's so many other things to discuss, and so many other outrageous behavior and outrageous things that just blow your mind within patents and trademarks that I've come across and I've learned about, and I'm going to talk about and teach you people whoever wants to listen to these things. And I think it's important because we need to have it. We need to have an idea. We can't effectuate a change if we don't know what the facts are. You know, we blame everything on government, and rightfully speaking, we should blame it on the legislature, because this is the act of the legislatures, both Republicans and Democrats, that have sold us out to business of banking and all the financial services and these international corporations. And so that's what these videos that I'm doing are about, to bring people's awareness and knowledge level of these things into your mind, so that we can make better decisions about where we go from here and about our future. We do have a say in this. And with that, I will say good night on this one. And this one is Dost Isms, episode 11. Please, if you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. And there's a lot more to come. And I will, like I said, I'm just getting started with this. As time goes by, I will become more fluent and more organized within the way that these are presented. There's a lot of information to present on these, and information is not too exciting when you have to show it and read it. And this information can be pretty dry and pretty dull, but it affects us all. So I hope that you're interested in it. I hope you will stay interested in it. I thank you very much. Have a good evening.